Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Please take this moment now with helping me. Click here, subscribe. Next, click this bell. Next, ensure to click all. This helps you receive a notification when I posted my next videos. Next, click this thumbs up button after every time you watch my video. This pushes it up in the engagement ratings and means it will be suggested to more people, therefore is likely to get more views to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. I also have a Patreon page. Click show more. Scroll down. This link here, my Patreon, click on it. Select the membership. With this membership, you'll get access to all this information. Very good content. Thursday, November 11th, 07:34 a.m. New York time. Big price action past days selling off the markets. Let's look at the bigger picture of what's occurring. We'll look at the weekly candles, and since it's Thursday, these weekly candles will be completed tomorrow. So we have two more trading days, today and tomorrow, left. Got the S&P 500 cash index, symbol SPX, Sierra Papa X-ray. So for the week, look, it's a yellow candle, inside candle. That means the high and low of this week have not taken out the high or low of last week. Inside candle, got it? Yep, it's still bullish. It's an acceleration on the upside. NASDAQ 100, same thing. An acceleration on the top of a upward trend, still bullish. Dow Jones Industrial Average made a higher high and a higher low, even more bullish, all-time new high. Yeah, the body is red, so currently it's trading near the low of the week and also inside the range of the prior week. It's not done yet. Russell 2000, also all-time new high, just like the Dow. It's currently at near the low of the week and inside the prior candle. The Dow Transports inside candle. And the Dow Utilities. Red. Made a lower low, lower high than the prior week. It's in a consolidation phase, holding above that 900. There's the all-time high up there. So takeaway is the indexes are still bullish. Yep. They're still proving to be the wise choice for investing long-term versus single stocks. Okay, let's go look at the sectors. There's 11 sectors in the S&P 500. Let's determine which ones are leadership, which ones are doing very well. We'll go in the order of the sectors, meaning the ones that represent the largest percentage of the S&P 500. And that would be the first is technology. It makes up 20.8% of the S&P 500. Look at that. Nice. All-time new high for the week. Where it is red, back inside the prior week, still all-time new high, still bullish. XLV, healthcare, makes up 14.9% of the S&P 500. Inside candle for the week. It's an acceleration phase up there. XLF, financials, makes up 13.7% of the S&P 500. It's doing a retracement from this prior impulse move up. Also here you can see it's doing acceleration, and the current week is inside candle for the week. Yep. See what happens at the end of the week if this closes yellow or breaks out to the upside or downside. XLY, consumer discretionary, makes up 10.2% of the S&P 500. Made a lower low, lower high than the prior week. Still inside the prior week, so consolidation phase. XLC, communication services, makes up 9.9% of the S&P 500. Inside candle for the week. And notice this, it's done a retracement down here towards here to the $80. That was the time we had this impulse move up, also bullish engulfing. That's what it did to the retracement. And then see these long tails on the bottom and this consolidation down here. That's building a pattern. And if this now continues to rise to the upside, you would have like a cup. And when that cup goes, we're going to see if it, when it goes up here to the right side, if it's going to take out this high. If it goes to that high without taking it out, or it does take it out by a few pennies, it does a retracement, receive that retracement, which will be making a handle on the cup and handle pattern. Retracement on weakness, one would look to buy for bullish opportunity. So again, this is XLC. Communications services makes up 9.9% of the S&P 500. So do your due diligence and look at the individual stocks in this sector and see if they're doing a similar pattern or if they're performing even better than this sector. And that would be single stocks to consider trading bullish. Got it? If that was helpful, click like below. I appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't. And then comment with what stocks you found, and I would click those in the next video on the sectors. XLI Industrials makes up 9.7% of the S&P 500, all-time new high. Outstanding. Nice trend up. XLP Consumer Staples makes up 6.7% in the S&P 500, inside candle for the week. Yep, gunning for that high again here. XLE Energy, 6% of the S&P 500. Made a higher low than the prior week. There's the all-time high for this year right there. So it's an acceleration phase up here. Interesting too. These two green candles, small bodies, dodgy candles. The red candles, big bodies, and closing each time near the lows. One would consider this as interpretation as possible distribution, meaning smart money selling. Yep. So we're going to see if we, going forward, maybe we'll have one more time a retest to the high, blow off top that ends up selling off hard, or if we're going to break down from here. Yeah. So looking at potential bearish bias here for trade ideas could be done in the stock ETF or the individual stocks inside of it for a trade idea. Yep. Let's do a little labeling here, see what happens. We'll come back the next time, some point here. Just leave it like that. See what happens. XLU Utilities makes up 2.8% in the S&P 500. Same thing, it's an acceleration phase here. Made a lower low here. And buyer stepped and bought it all the way back up here. XLRE Real Estate, 2.7% of the S&P 500, inside candle for the week. It's also an acceleration phase here. Excuse me. Apologize. Yep. So this is interesting here. We had the all-time high here. Then we had a retracement to the $45 range. Had this engulfing candle here, bullish engulfing candle that ran up. We took out this high here to make a new time high here, but we didn't close above it. Yep. So you had a double top. This double top here may be weaker than this double top. If that's what occurs, we'll know in the future, not too far out. Then if it's actually weaker than here, then these are the new buyers coming in on weakness, while the smart money might have been selling up here. Smart money selling up there, weak hands buying up here. May not be sustainable, go to the upside. If that doesn't happen, what might happen? It might roll over hard. Opportunity to look for a bearish trade setup on the individual stocks in here or in this index. That's another trade idea. XLB materials makes up 2.5% in the S&P 500. Wow, that looks like a blow off top right here. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Yep. A huge gap up. And then currently trading near the bottom of the week, small little body, high tail on the top. Yeah. That could be looking and could set up as something bad. Bearish maybe. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's go to the Fanng stocks, those popular Fanng stocks. We're looking at Apple. Alpha Papa Lima. So for the current week, inside candle of the prior inside candles, 2 weeks back-to-back inside candles. Interesting. Yep, this week is red, solid body means it's red. Hala is green, consolidation phase. Interesting if that's going to be a breakout to the upside or downside, but that's a building a wedge. And I'll be watching that closely for trade ideas. Let's draw the wedge. There's a wedge. And inside this wedge is building a coil. That coil is getting tighter and tighter. It's going to break out one way or the other. That's where you want to catch that breakout for the next trend, where it may be down or maybe up. Microsoft. Yep, inside candle for the week, just shy of the all-time high again, which was last week. Amazon. Yep, hit the 360 number, and now it's back inside the range of last week. Facebook, inside candle. You notice a lot of the indexes, stocks doing these inside candles, indecision from the prior week to break above or below. Those are potential trade ideas. The new trends could occur after those. Google, all-time new high, higher high, higher low. Tesla, yep, huge trading range for the week, lower low, lower high. November Victor Delta Alpha, all-time new high. And now we have a huge tail on the top, looking like a bearish pin bar for me up here. And Netflix, yep, still struggling up here. Had this huge impulse move up, huge impulse sell off last week, and now this small little body here till. So wouldn't expect that maybe make an inverse flagpole to maybe go lower. And Bravo Alpha, yep. So we had this huge trend down here, which was bearish. Yep, that was bearish because it's bearish. We had a retracement up here, and it didn't make so well. So now the trend is what? Going back down. Still bearish, still bearish. Not good. For those that use Fibonacci's, which some people that use Fibonacci interpret them the wrong way. Who knows where they learned? So this is what happened. This trend, top here, down here, the bottom of the trend. So we're saying A point, B point, and then from the B point, it did a retracement. It did a retracement from the A to B. So here, the B to C, down here the B, the top here C, did a retracement of the A and B. So we look from the A to B fib levels. So we see a 0.382, 50%, and the 0.618. So it broke above the 0.382, never making it to the 50% or the 618. And then slightly after went above the 0.382, it rolled over, trending lower. So that shows it's very weak, very weak. So now one would expect the trend down here to be somewhere the same length from that was A to B to the downside. Yep. So if you're already short it here now, very good. And some traders, what they do, they write it down and they close it just before it takes out this low, because it may not take out that low. And some traders come in when it breaks below that, if it breaks below that, put new shorts on. So there's several opportunities to be trading here. Yep. Okay, we'll see what happens in that in the near future. So if you like what I shared, click subscribe. And if you want to get this video earlier, join my Patreon account. You can get these videos 24 hours earlier.